Hello everyone, welcome back. In the previous lecture, we discussed how to compute the payoff of options on the expiry date. So in this video, let us learn how to compute profit or loss on a daily basis. The first thing to keep in mind is that once you enter into a futures or options contract on an exchange platform, you do not have to wait until the expiry or settlement date to book your profits or losses. If you are a speculator and feel that you have made enough profits, you can exit the contract by squaring off your position. Similarly, if you're incurring losses and believe that staying in the contract might worsen your losses, you can limit them by squaring off your position at any time before expiry. So I hope this is clear. So you don't need to worry about what happens to the other party in the transaction. The exchange takes care of this. Someone else will replace your position, and since exchange traded futures and options contract are completely anonymous, you will never know who is on the other side of the trade. Now, to examine the Nifty options data for that period, start by searching online for NSE equity derivatives historical data and clicking the first link, which will direct you to the NSE website. On the website, select Index Options under the Instrument section and choose Nifty as the symbol. Then select the year as 2024. For the expiry date, choose 31st October, which is the last Thursday of the month. You will notice that multiple expiries appear for October because Nifty options also have weekly expiry. Next, select the option type as CE, which means European style call option. Leave the strike price column blank initially to view the market performance for this particular period. Choose the custom date range of the option and set the from date as 27 September 2024. The September month contract would have expired on 26th of September as it is the last Thursday, and the October month contract would become a near month contract on 27th of September. So set the to date as 31st October 2024 and click go. You can see that the spot price of Nifty on 27 September 2024 is 26,178.95. And if you observe, there is a difference of 50 points in the available strike price. So the ATM strike would be 26,200. Let us download the data for the ATM strike price as on that date, which is 26,200. Now in the strike price tab, enter 26,200 and click go. Download the file in CSV format. Open the file. Now you can see the data of Nifty call options for the strike price 26,200 for the entire month of October 2024. Retain only the symbol, date, expiry, option type, strike price, close and underlying value. Delete the other columns and rename the close as premium. Now let us assume that Mr. A, who is bullish about the market, purchased 10 lots of Nifty call option at the money strike of 26,200 for 428.3 per unit. So if one lot of Nifty index is 25 units, then 428.3 into 25 into 10 equals 1,07,075. This is the required investment amount. On the very next day, that is on 30th of September, the Nifty index dropped to 25,810.85, which was against Mr. A's expectations. Consequently, the premium also fell to 243.40 rupees. So if he continues to stay in the contract, his notional loss as on date is 243.4 minus 428.3 into 25 into 10, which gives us a loss of 46,225. Now, if he feels that the market will not recover before expiry, he can limit his losses by squaring off the position as on that day and book his losses. But if he believes that the market will turn in his favor and become extremely bullish before expiry, then he can continue to stay in the contract. By dragging the formula across the cells, we can calculate the daily profit or loss for the long call position for the entire contract period. Before that, don't forget to log the cells that contain the initial premium, lot size and the number of lots. So if you look at the data for October 2024, you will notice that the market was bearish throughout the month, with the Nifty index losing nearly 2,000 points. By expiry, the Nifty spot closed at 24,205.35, way below the strike price of 26,200. As a result, Mr. A lost the entire premium paid, which is 1,07,075. Now, the opposite scenario applies to the short call position. The person who sold the call option would have gained the entire premium amount as profit. It's important to note that the call option buyer had the right to purchase a Nifty index at the strike price of 26,200 on the expiry date. However, by the time of expiry, the Nifty spot price had fallen to 24,205.35. In such a situation, do you think the buyer would exercise the contract? Of course not. Why would someone choose to buy the Nifty index at 26,200 when it is available in the market for just 24,205.35? So as a result, the buyer would simply let the contract expire, limiting the loss to the premium paid. Or otherwise, the buyer would have faced a much larger loss of 4,98,662.50, calculated as 24,205.35 minus 26,200 into 25 into 10. Meanwhile, the seller of the call option would retain the premium as profit, which is the maximum that he could have earned in this scenario. Now, what if a trader was bearish about the market and had purchased a put option for the same timeline? Let us download the data. Go back to the same web page and just change the CE to PE and keep the rest unchanged. Now download the data and retain only the symbol, date, expiry, option type, strike price, close and the underlying value. Delete the other columns and rename the close as premium. Now let us compute the daily profit or loss of the buyer of the put option. Suppose this trader purchased 10 lots of Nifty put options at a premium of 288.15 per unit, making his total investment as 288.15 into 25 into 10 gives us 72,037.5. So on 30th of September, the Nifty index dropped further compared to the previous day, and the premium rose to 453.80. The trader made a profit of 453.8 minus 288.15 multiplied by 25 into 10, which equals 41,412.5. Now, by dragging the formula across the cells, we can calculate the daily profit or loss for the put option for the entire period. Since the market was bearish throughout the month, this situation favored the put option buyer, who would have made a total profit of 4,26,500 by staying in the contract until expiry. If you recall the concepts from the previous video, at the time the trader purchased the option, the strike price of 26,200 was at the money. However, by the time the contract expired, the strike price had moved deep in the money. Now, let us compute the payoff for a short put option. In this case, the process is the reverse of what you do for a long put. The formula is entry day's premium minus the current day's premium multiplied by the lot size into number of lots. For instance, using the values provided, 288.15 minus 443.8 into 25 into 10 gives us a loss of 41,412.5. Ensure that you log the entry premium, lot size and the number of lots before dragging the formula across the cells. As you know, selling options is inherently risky because the potential loss is unlimited if the situation turns unfavorable. That is exactly what has happened in this case for the put option seller. So with this, we conclude the video. I hope you now have a clear understanding of how to compute the profit or loss on a daily basis when squaring off your option position before expiry. Remember, the profit or loss is determined solely by the change in the premium. So in the next video, let us discuss the concepts of intrinsic value and time value of options. Thank you for watching. See you in another one.